the majority of families are only going to be able to rent. And he's actually predicting that they're going to have loans for 75 years in order to be able to buy a home. 75 to 100 years.
I didn't think I would ever do a fucking podcast. I didn't ever imagine doing that. It made me realize that my purpose is to help others reach the goals and reach their full capacity. And if I can impact somebody's life, that is bigger than money. That is bigger than anything else.
Welcome to Livestream. I'm your host, Dr. Alex A. Plains, with my co-host, Jeremy Applegate, where we teach you how to stream your life. Welcome to 2024, Jeremy.
2024.
How was your New Year's?
It was good. Family's in town, so the kids are in town, and we're having a heck of a lot of fun with those guys.
That's so awesome.
How about yourself?
I had a great time. I visited my father, and we spent it with my sister and some close friends and family. It was actually and my nieces and nephews and my kids, so it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Right on.
Yes, amen. What? How about them Dolphins?
Yes. Well, yeah. They're up and down. I'll just say that much. But you know what? I know that this weekend, if they win the division.
That's great. That's going to be great. I won't say my Super Bowl prediction right now. We'll wait until maybe next week.
Listen, if it's the Dolphins and Cowboys, we're going.
Really?
Yeah.
Vegas?
Sure.
That's where they're playing.
All right, let's go.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. So we're here to talk today about what are the predictions of 2024. You know, I ain't no Nostradamus, but I can tell you
We're
this.
not?
No.
You're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I was 70% correct of all the predictions that I predicted in 2022, starting in May 2022 all the way through through 2023, actually.
Yes, you were, and I think that the situation in 2024 is going to be completely different. I think it's going to be the reverse. It may not start out that way, but I think it's going to end up that way.
So it's important that we look at the current economy, right? So Oil has gone down. Inflation is starting to tame itself. The Feds have been raising interest rates for quite a long time. You know, the NASDAQ went up 30%. The S&P 500 went close to that. And the Dow Jones it's like at 36.5. So I predict for 2024 that the GDP, which is the gross domestic product, is going to stay at an average of anywhere from 2.0 to 2.4, which will be a pretty tame economy. The interest rates are going to start going down. I predict they might start going down as early as March, which that means that what's going to happen to housing and loans and car loans and the economy. What do you feel is going to happen once those interest rates start going down, Jeremy?
That makes me worried, to be honest with you, because we
Why
already have houses empty, right? So and I keep hearing everybody saying that the housing market, the pricing is not going to level off. It's only going to get higher. So that's great that the interest rates are going to go down, but you would think that if interest rates go down, that the housing market pricing should go down. But they're saying that it's not going to do that, and that's going to be problematic.
The housing market is going to get higher. It's going to get slightly higher.
I agree.
It's
a problem.
There's going to be a lot of homes available, but there's going to be a lot more buyers too, because once the interest rates start going lower, there's going to be a lot more buying. A lot of the investors are holding cash, just waiting for these opportunities to start arising. You saw what happened with Fannie Mae now.
Yeah.
Fannie Mae released a loan for 5% for multifamily investors. 5%. Before you had to come in with 20% for an investor to buy multifamily. So we're going down to 5%. So a lot of my friends and a lot of the people I know that like to invest are just waiting for this to go down, and they're going to start buying and capitalizing. And I feel that by 2025, we're going to be in the Obama era, where we're never going to have those 2.6 to 3.0 interest rates, but we will be around 5 to 5.5.
Well, you talk about these people, investors buying homes and stuff like that. So, like, where does that create a situation for the family that wants to buy their first home, or for the family that wants to go to a bigger home? Fill in the blank there, because we talk about BlackRock a lot. How they're coming in and they're buying up all these homes, and they're creating all this situation where they're going to have a monopoly of rentals, right?
That's great.
I mean,
I love what you just said. That I just love, because I was listening to a big investor. Everyone talks about Grant Cardone, and he was saying in Fox Business or Fox News the other day that majority of single families are going to have to be renting.
Yeah.
That's
it's
why
crazy.
he's a big proponent of investing in real estate. If you have the funds to do that, invest it, because the majority of families are only going to be able to rent. And he's actually predicting that they're going to have loans for 75 years in order to be able to buy a home. 75 to 100 years.
You have to build that loan in that way because these single family, they only have so much income. Like, and you can't afford, you know, most people can't afford a $2,500 a month mortgage, you know? And that's the struggle, and that's the challenge that the housing market's going to have to figure out, because you can sell a house $700,000 all day long, but what's the mortgage payment on that? 42?
Yeah.
Like, how many people are going to be able to pay $4,200?
It's not a lot. I mean, you're talking about $60,000 just in mortgage, and that's not even including all the repairs and everything that happens and your groceries. So you're looking at a household income of at least $130 to $150. And nowadays, you know, even though the wages have gone up, but inflation has taken a big hit on us. I mean, you know, you go to the grocery store, and how much is that Mountain Dew costing now?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Unless you buy it, you know, in a lot of
they always have the 2 for $4 special, but it's $2.99.
If you go to a gas station, how much is it?
I remember when 2 liters of Mountain Dew were 99 cents.
Exactly. So it's becoming really difficult to manage your cash flow. And Grant Cardone also recommended the other day, he said he's given a lot of key points in the last 30 to 45 days. And one of them, he's like, you got to check your bank account every day. The other day I was going through my bank account, and, you know, you have all these automatic debits, and you're like, it's like $150 that I was not even aware was getting taken out of my bank account, because, you know, I check the business one at least every 48 hours, but my personal one, I barely check it. And then all of a sudden I realized that this credit company was taking out like $149,000 to give $149 to take out my Beacon score every single month. I mean,
And you never stopped it. And they're not going, once they get your credit card, you know, unless you prompt the cancellation, they're going to keep running that.
exactly. But if we go to the economy, right? We go to the domestic economy and the international economy. This is an election year. There's a lot of moving parts. The interest rates should start going down, even though today the ISM came out pretty high based on the comparison that they had. So manufacturing is still pretty good. It's still very well. So a lot of people are talking about a recession, but I believe we never even hit a recession. This is just a transitional period. And I think the bull market will continue to go up. There's people predicting that the NASDAQ is going to go up to 20,000 points by the end of this year, which will be phenomenal.
Well, I mean, I've heard, and, you know, you're way better at this stuff than I am, but, you know, they're talking about the beginning of second quarter, middle of second quarter is when we really should start seeing the effects of the bull run. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers on that. You know,
Yes.
Everybody is with their investments, but
There's this guy that's predicting 150,000 for Bitcoin by the end of 2024. So, but if we focus this on the dental realm, right, we got a lot of financing companies that have gone upside down in the year of 2023. So lending has gone down, and it's not only happened in my practice, it's happened in a lot of practices. Insurances are still reimbursing us the same or sometimes even lower. Wages have had to go up. Marketing has gone up. Vendors have gone up when it comes to supplies. Labs have gone up. Some labs have put major restrictions on, you know, on net 30, net 45, when sometimes labs will go up to net 60. And this is not only happening to me. I mean, I have a pretty decent group of dentist friends, and we all talk about the products and the problems that we're going through, and we all can correlate of what exactly is going on. It doesn't matter if you're in Florida, New York, Texas, California, Nevada. We're all going through the same problems.
yeah, it's a challenge, and, you know, there's no way around it with respect to, you know, you can cut expenses all you can. You know, you can run really, really lean on your payroll. You can do all these things to mitigate these shortcomings, but it's still difficult. And obviously, we talked to a lot of people for 2023, and it's been difficult for them.
Yeah, it's been very difficult, but I believe that in 2024 there will be an improvement versus 2023.
Yeah.
But like I always said, anyone could have become very successful running any type of business in the last 10 years, obviously before 2023. And now it's getting a lot more difficult. You got to use your thinking cap a lot more. We're constantly, almost every single day in our break room or even outside the office, just brainstorming ideas of how we can improve the business, our patient care, how we can get our doctors more driven, our team more driven, different incentive packages. So it's gotten a lot more challenging. You got to be wearing a lot more different hats now, and it's getting more challenging every single day.
Well, I think that 2023, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but it gave us, because we fought. I mean, 2023 was a fight. It was a heavyweight fight, right?
Yes.
And it created situations where it showed us where we were.
The blind spots.
Yes, the blind spots, that's well said, because we were doing so well that we didn't see those blind spots, and then those blind spots smacked us in the face when we were, grinding through every month. Yeah,
that's a great point. I mean, we realized how many blind spots in the last 48 hours.
Yeah, a lot.
And we wouldn't have realized it, like you said. We were doing so well the last 7 years that we were like, hey, man, we're doing great. The profit and loss statements look good. The banks are giving us money. The patients are coming in. People are leaving happy. And guess what? 2023 came in, and there was definitely a lot of blind spots that we missed out.
There's a lot of holy shit moments, I think.
Yes. But, we're fixing them.
Yes.
It's obviously, there's always a curve. It's going to take a little bit of a snowball effect for everything to start going back into place. But all it takes is commitment, and you got to be focused on, your drive and be persistent every single day. And Kevin the other day asked me, what do you think is going to be our success for 2024? And I'm like, listen, let's not focus completely on 2024. Let's just take things day by day. Let's look at the KPIs every single day. Let's look at the reports. Let's take care of our critical task, and let's focus on wins every single day. Let's not focus on closing 7 arches in one day, and then the next day we don't do anything. We got to focus on daily wins and be consistent. That's basically what needs to end up happening.
Yeah, and that's difficult. Being human beings, we want satisfaction every single day. We want to hit a home run every single day. And let's be honest, you're not going to hit a home run every single day.
No.
Sometimes you're going to strike out. Sometimes you're going to hit a single. So sometimes you're going to get plunked by a pitch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, it's a situation where understand the home run, celebrate the home run, and know that, you can do it. But, I think that's the biggest thing with this is, like you just said, like 7 in one day, amazing. 0 the next day. Hey, you know what? We put our best foot forward. We didn't close any. Let's move on to the next
That's
day.
correct. Look, the Dodgers just spent $1 billion in 2 players. If they don't win the World Series in 2024, they're going to be pretty disappointed, right? But even if they do or they don't, obviously if they do, they're going to be happy about the moves they made. But if they don't, they just got to, get their morale up and go fighting for another year.
Yeah, but look at it this way. They were genius by doing that, because now they've only expanded their brand, right?
Yes.
So they spent $1 billion. Correct. And I'm sure their marketing team said, you know what? We spend this $1 billion. The ROI on that is going to be $5 billion, because now we're going to be an international brand as opposed to a U.S. brand.
It's true. And plus, Ohtani is not even getting all the money up front, which was a great deal structured by him and by the Dodgers franchise. So I look forward to seeing them this year. But where I'm getting at with this is that 2023 might have not been great for a lot of us, or it might have been really good for a lot of us. I hear groups that they say they had their best year ever. So there's some groups that did great. There's some groups that didn't do that great. But those that didn't do that great, we got to just, you just got to recover. Or even if you're in your practice and you had a slight decline, you just got to get back at it and try getting ready for 2024. But like I always say, you got to look at global news. You got to focus on especially the economy and what is trending and what is going on, because a lot of the financing companies went upside down once these interest rates started getting higher. And once they did, guess what ended up happening? Patients decline and less financing options.
Yeah, that was a big challenge for everybody in the dental industry, was the upside down lending and patients getting declined. And I my 2 cents on this is spend the month of January reviewing, analyzing, diving into what 2023 was.
Budgeting
for 2024. You got to get your budgets done. If you don't have them done already, prefer you have them done those in December of 2023. But if you haven't, get them done by end of January for sure. And prepare yourself for growth. We always prepare ourselves for growth. So that's my 2 cents.
Exactly. And a very important tidbit is you got to look at your hygiene program and
Yep.
make sure that it's doing what it needs to be doing. Because a lot of doctors are focused on their bottom line revenue or in their production and collections, but they're forgetting that, hygiene is a big part of your practice. So make sure that you look at those reports and analyze it and come up with great conversations to have with your team now. Don't wait till the end of the first quarter. You got to start now and start focusing on building the culture and working with them. And if you have associate doctors, we already had a conversation yesterday with one of our associate doctors. So you got to make sure you stay focused on them and your team morale and get ready to kick some ass in 2024.
Amen.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. We're going to talk throughout the year more about 2024. I guarantee you after first quarter, we're going to have some great recommendations. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Drop a question if you have any concerns.